weapon of mass destruction, a terrorist, and someone who's he's homegrown as well. He's come from within Starfleet. He's someone who uses his smarts as much as his brawn to achieve his ends, so he's as skilled at close-hand combat and weaponry as he is at any kind of psychological manipulation. And it was just a very, very well-balanced script, and on top of that, the most extraordinary stunt team. And I had a fantastic trainer in the shape of Mr. Patrick Munro, who trained Tom Hardy and was a friend from when I first met on Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. So we had a great trip trying to go up 4 suit sizes in the space of a month and a half, which we did through eating a lot and training a lot. And it was a challenge, but a really enjoyable one. I hadn't done that. I hadn't bulked up for a role, and I hadn't been involved in so much live action stunt work and fight work. But it was a real pleasure and a thrill to do that, be allowed to do that. And yeah, as far as his role within the scheme of the film, the preparation was just working on the script an awful lot and just questioning JJ, who was just incredibly forthcoming about the overall shape and where he wanted things to go, and very clear from the off, actually, when we first talked on the phone before I put something on tape for him. On iPhone, I should say, because that's actually how I did it. But it was just a joy, a real joy.
You just mentioned as well there, this is your first real blockbuster, lots of special effects and green screen and so on. And of course, you're coming from theatre, Frankenstein and stuff like that. Was it a challenge?
No, I mean, I'd done some. I charged. I think with the largest body of horses you actually can ever in any field of life ever charge in was probably what we achieved in Warhorse, and and some other action scenes in Sherlock and so forth. And my work on stage has been quite physical as well. So as far as the genre of a blockbuster film goes, yes, this is definitely the first. And I couldn't have aligned myself with a better, more tasteful and genius-driven team. I mean, JJ is just the king, and as are the cast and crew. And it was like entering a brilliant, knowing family, and that was a thing to adjust to, because obviously, I'm the new kid on the block, but they were so welcoming. It was very easy to do that.
Star Trek, as a cultural phenomenon, it's 40 years.
Yeah.
It's been on the road. For people on the outside, for people that may not be fans, what do you think the appeal of Star Trek is? Why is it that it has such a cult following?
This is just a very, very, very good film, and hopefully it'll be a good Star Trek film for Trekkies, but it'll be a great ride for people who even maybe haven't caught up with the 2009 reboot. It's got everything that you'd want, with a lot of brain and, brawn for the ladies, and some bromance as well as romance, and a hell of a lot of comedy as well as heart and soul, and I think that's the real appeal. It breaks out of any genre boundaries of sci-fi or just being a Star Trek film. It's a very, very smart film that still honours the canon. It still honours the shape and intention of the extraordinary success of the original series, and its appeal, I think, is that it's an action film, but it's really smart as well. So that really does go back, I think, to the TV series. There was a lot of invention and brilliance, but in the middle of it, there were these extraordinary morality plays tackling huge questions of race and ethics and all sorts of issues prevalent in the day, and least of all, the first mixed-race kiss on television, and lots of kind of groundbreaking stuff, and at the same time packaged in this sort of surreal alternate reality. And I think people can become obsessed about it because there's so much detail in that alternate reality, but I would really, really emphasise that you do not have to have a single ounce of knowledge about the Trek universe to come and enjoy this film. But if you do, hopefully we've honoured the original canon too.
One final question, can you give us any hints about Sherlock?
He's back. There are 3 episodes, and it'll air sometime before the end of the year. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I'm exhausted, which is probably why I'm talking too fast on caffeine and adrenaline alone. But it's been a riot. We're in the middle of the second of the 3. We have a break whilst Martin and possibly me go back to New Zealand to do The Hobbit, and then you'll get the 3rd, and it's going to be great. We've loved coming back. It's never been better. I think we're bettering ourselves if that's possible.
Benedict Cumberbatch, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Let me explain what's happening here. You are a criminal. I watched you murder innocent men and women. I was authorized to end you. And the only reason why you are still alive is because I am allowing it. So shut your mouth.
Captain, you're gonna punch me again over and over till your arm weakens. Clearly you want to, so tell me. Why did you allow me to live?
We all make mistakes.
No. I surrendered to you because, despite your attempt to convince me otherwise, you seem to have a conscience, Mr. Kirk. If you did not, then it would be impossible for me to convince you of the truth. 23174611. Coordinates not far from Earth. If you want to know why I did what I did, go and take a look.
Give me one reason why I should listen to you.
I can give you 72. And they're on board your ship, Captain. They have been all along.